I was whispering to my wife when Emily was doing it. I said, let's just let her do ours because she did such a great job. Okay, I have to get into character here. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Open House at the beautiful campus of St. Joseph's Catholic School. And thank you for the opportunity to share our decision for sending our children to St. Joseph's and our experiences thus far. We've been asked to squeeze about our experiences in about 5 minutes of one alumni and one junior. So we're going to do our best. My name again is Dave Estes, and I am the voice of the Knights. And this is Mrs. the voice of the Knights, Denise. Since 2008, I've been the school's announcer for most of the home football, basketball, and baseball games, and have loved every minute of it. Our oldest son, David, graduated from St. Joseph's in 2012 and is currently a junior at Clemson University. Our younger son, Mark, is presently a junior here now. Both of our boys have excelled on many fronts: in the classroom, on the fields, football and baseball, in leadership roles, student council, youth and government, student senate, and more. There are so many opportunities for students to excel here at St. Joseph's, but these are not the real reasons why we send our boys to this school.
It's actually rather easy to explain why we chose to send our children to St. Joseph's Catholic School. All we had to do was look at the world around us. We quickly knew that the world's message of deceit, greed, lust, materialism, self-indulgence was definitely not what we wanted for our sons. We wanted so much more, something much deeper. We were looking for a high school environment where our teenagers were removed from the desires of the world and were surrounded by Christian truths. We wanted an environment where our children were academically challenged and prepared for college by a faculty of moral integrity. Our thought was, we're going to be leaving our children in the hands of, or shall I say under the influence of, a group of adults for 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. We had to know that the individuals who would be teaching our children and influencing our children were men and women of solid character. When we walked through the front door of St. Joseph and we read the sign, St. Joseph seeks to mold the minds, hearts, and souls of its students in the likeness of Christ, we knew we were in the right place. We knew this was the atmosphere we wanted for our sons. As we met the administrators, faculty, and staff and learned about St. Joseph's challenging curriculum and extracurricular activities, we were more certain than ever that we had found our school home, and we were absolutely right.
St. Joseph's well prepared our oldest son, David, for the demands of his college courses. He has maintained a significantly high GPA and participating in Army Rangers and being a member of the Clemson football team. He has stated on several occasions that the values formed and strengthened at St. Joseph's have helped him to remain strong during a morally challenging situations at college. He keeps in touch with several of his St. Joseph's instructors, particularly his greatly admired football coach, Joe Hyland. David has stated that Coach Hyland taught him as much about life lessons as he did about football. David will forever hold Coach Hyland in high esteem. Our younger son, Mark, is currently excelling at St. Joseph's. He is maintaining a high GPA while participating on the 3-time state championship St. Joseph's baseball team. Mark was recently selected by his classmates to represent the junior class in the 2014 homecoming ceremonies. He was honored by this recognition. Mark is thoroughly enjoying his classes, his teachers, and his friendships here at St. Joseph's. During his freshman year, Mark attended a dance at a public high school. Upon returning from the dance, he quietly walked over to his mom and whispered, "Thank you so much for sending me to St. Joseph's." He didn't even have to say any more because we knew that what Mark had witnessed at the school dance made him uncomfortable. He was awakened by that evening to many blessings that he experiences at St. Joseph's on a daily basis, but that he may have taken for granted. We don't want to mislead you by having you believe that our decision to send our boys to this school was easy on the financial front. Though we wanted to send our sons to St. Joseph's, we weren't exactly sure how we were going to make it happen. It was through prayer, determination, prioritization of lifestyle choices, and sacrifice that our boys were able to walk through the historic red door on this school campus, and we've never regretted it since. The reward for our efforts is evident in our sons' academic successes and their lifestyle choices. This is not to say that they are perfect young men and they don't make mistakes, because they certainly do. However, they have developed and continue to strengthen a trust and faith in the only true one constant in this world, the love for our Almighty Father. And this is the reward that is priceless.
Several years ago, when my husband was laid off from work, our sons asked, "Are we going to have to leave St. Joseph's?" We assured them that we would downsize all of our material possessions before we would allow that to happen. That's how much this school and this community mean to us. In closing, I'd like to briefly mention that I have heard some parents comment that they believe in allowing their teenage son or daughter to decide on where he or she would like to attend high school. I respectfully challenge this mindset. If my opinion was sought, I would ask these parents 3 things. 1, does your teenager know which high school will best prepare him for getting into a reputable college? Which high school will prepare him for the rigorous self-discipline that is required to obtain a college degree? 2, does your teenager know if the high school she would like to attend has highly qualified teachers who are morally strong individuals? Teachers who will roll up their shirt sleeves and get down in the trenches, the academic and social trenches, with your child to see that he or she succeeds. And 3, does your teenager understand that the school he attends today will impact his thinking and his behavior for the rest of his life? Not many teenagers have the experience or forethought to ask these questions or to answer them honestly. Most teens are interested in going to the high school that their friends are attending, where they're permitted to wear rather stylish clothes and where the rules tend to be somewhat lenient. If you're a parent in this situation, I strongly encourage you to step in, to make this decision for your teenager. Don't leave the sole decision up to them. You, as the parent, know what is best for your son or daughter. Your child's future is greatly influenced by the decisions you make today. We hope your decisions will include St. Joseph's Catholic School. We thank you for your time, and God bless you.
1, 2, 3, go Blue!